Hello viewers and welcome to episode 40 of Formula 1 Talk, and in this edition I will be going over the news from the world of F1 and also be giving you a preview of this weekend's Japanese Grand Prix from the Suzuka Circuit. Now, I've had a little bit of feedback from the last few episodes, and in general my views per video have been relatively good since I changed from the speaking directly to the camera format. However, this wasn't the case with the last instalment. Someone pointed out I should put in some video footage of some of the races. To be honest, that's not a bad idea, but I am producing these videos on no budget whatsoever and putting them up with the help of a PS3 and its iCamera, so this won't change, but I do understand the suggestion. It's a very good one. I've also taken into account the amount of thinking time and hesitation in my videos, as I do proof watch them, so to speak, when I put the pictures to whatever I'm saying. That being said, I'm actually reading this from a sort of script to try and limit the amount of ums and ahs that seem to be cropping up in these videos. I'm also noticing a few you-knows creeping into the uploads too, so hopefully reading this to you will eliminate most of, if not all of, these flaws. On to the news now, and finally, the inevitable has happened. Last Friday, the 28th of September, Lewis Hamilton announced that he has signed a 3-year deal with Mercedes from 2013 onwards. This deal is thought to be over £60 million for the £60 3-season period. Gives him the commercial freedom to make lots more money outside of the paddock, where he can start to gain his own sponsors, very much like Michael Schumacher has done in the past at Ferrari with his German sponsor, the DVAG, which you always see on his helmet. On his hat, rather. I won't even try to insult the company name by attempting to pronounce it, but this is the type of deal that Hamilton can now make as soon as his contract with McLaren comes to an end. Obviously, McLaren are bitterly disappointed with this development, as they've been partners since Lewis was 13 years old, so it's a bit of a sad time for them. It's not all doom and gloom for the Woking-based squad, as they relayed the news not long after Hamilton had announced that Sauber's Sergio Perez will be replacing Hamilton at McLaren in another multi-year deal. Their website confirmed this, like I say, about an hour after the news of Hamilton leaving them surfaced. Sergio has stated that he is really looking forward to next season, and with McLaren's track record, who can blame him? This does, however, leave Michael Schumacher out of contract for 2013, and many speculate that he will just simply retire from F1 for good. Now, I've said that a lot over the past several videos, and I'm turning into a bit of a broken record, but consider this for a moment. Since his horrible accident at the 2009 Hungarian Grand Prix, Ferrari's Felipe Massa has not been the same driver he was in 2008 when he finished runner-up to Hamilton in the championship. His performances have been under par, especially when you consider that his teammate since the start of the 2010 season has been Fernando Alonso. He's been outshining him every step of the way. Okay, there's been the odd occasion where Massa has outqualified him, but Alonso is Ferrari's undisputed number one, and it's been that way since Fernando put on a Ferrari shirt and cap when he signed for the team in late 2009. What's this got to do with Michael Schumacher, I hear you ask? Well, Sebastian Vettel has penciled into Ferrari for the 2014 season, so at the very least he will be at Red Bull for next season in 2013. The overall consensus is that Massa will not be driving for Ferrari next year, but we're all wondering who will be Alonso's teammate for next season for 2013. My suggestion is, why not give Schumacher one more season, put him in the Ferrari, see what he can do. Who knows what will happen? He might even win a race or two. In more competitive machinery, possibly give Fernando a run for his money in terms of status. That's my thoughts on 2013 for Schumacher. What do you think? Peter Sauber has already gone on record by saying he would offer Schumacher a drive for 2013 after losing Perez to McLaren. What a coup that would be for Sauber. Okay, Schumacher's nowhere near in terms of performance and form where he was at Ferrari. But as of this moment, I think the Sauber car is better than the Mercedes car. What's going to happen to the 7-time world champion? Who knows? Only time will tell. The 2013 race calendar has been released, and apart from a couple of alterations, it's pretty much the same as we saw the weekend of the Singapore Grand Prix when the FIA released a provisional calendar. All that's left to finalise now is whether or not the New Jersey circuit will be ready in time. If you want to see the calendar, I'll put up a link in the description so you can check it out at your leisure. Jenson Button has a 5-place grid penalty because he's had to have a gearbox change. These rules were set up a few years ago to aid with cost cutting in F1. It seems that there's at least one gearbox change per week. This time it's the turn of Button's McLaren. I wonder if this is a precaution considering what happened to Lewis at the last Grand Prix. Only McLaren know the answer to that. On to the preview of this weekend's Japanese GP, and Suzuka is known as a true driver's circuit, and Sebastian Vettel has actually won 2 of the last 3 races here. However, the Red Bulls this season at least are suited to tight, twisty tracks such as Monaco and Singapore and Valencia. They would have won here at Valencia, but if not for the alternator failure on Vettel's car. This year we know the field has caught up with the Red Bulls and their dominance has waned somewhat. That being said, Vettel will be full of confidence going into this Grand Prix as he won convincingly in Singapore. But this circuit is a different creature entirely. It should favour the McLarens, especially Hamilton, who quite frankly needs to win to keep his 2012 title hopes alive. Not only does he need to win, but he needs Alonso, Vettel and Webber to score a DNF to heighten his chances at the championship. In all honesty, I can't see anyone beating Lewis this weekend. Now he has the stress of his 2013 drive sorted out and behind him. Naturally, he'll have all the Q&A sessions to sit through over the next few days, but now he's decided where he's going to be for 2013. He could concentrate on the final 6 races for McLaren. So I'm predicting Lewis for pole and the win come race day. That's about it for this episode. Hopefully you've noticed a slight improvement in terms of hesitations and such. I'll be posting my thoughts on the Grand Prix and going over the championship standing in my review video to hopefully be posted up on Monday of next week. I thank you for watching and I'll see you next time for more Formula 1 talk.